Hello, everyone. I am Chrissy Tina T, and welcome to what I am calling my 2024 wrap up. Happy holidays, everyone. It is December 23rd, Christmas Eve. So, thought I'd do a little wrap up, a little plan for 2025 as far as the channel goes. Got my notes. Well, this way's probably better. Yeah, got my notes. So, let's get started. To kick things off, because I need to be more of a YouTuber. Obviously, I should be saying this at the beginning, not the end, because I know a lot of people probably don't make it to the end because I like long, rambly content. I do. So I know most of you probably don't watch all the way to the end, but if you do watch this all the way through and you like it, give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. Don't forget to hit the notification bell because I do not have a consistent upload schedule. I don't really have an upload schedule at all, but all the more reason to turn on the notifications. And if you watch all the way through, maybe I will give you a cookie, a virtual cookie, because I can't really give you anything through the screen. That would be great if I could, but I can't. But we'll see. So, let's talk about 2024 for my channel, Chrissy Tina T. Starting off with the most important change to the channel that I made this year. This is the channel formerly known as Return to Writing, because if I remember correctly, this was the year that I decided to make that change and turn this into more of a creative hub for the things I like to do, because at this point, I have been on the internet long enough to essentially be Sauron. I have many names. And by names, I mean handles, because by the nature of the internet, you can't really have everything under one roof typically. It doesn't like when you do that, but that's not stopping me. But because of that, I have tried niching down in the past, so I have, say, my game dev handle, Tiny Tabby Games. I had my art channel, Shorter Than the Easel, Return to Writing, which was my author channel, focused on writing. I also had my comics, Chrissy Cat Comics. Like, if you literally go to my hub site, it is a hub site for a reason, because all those handles are there. But I decided to make the hub because they are all creative ventures in storytelling to some extent. So I figured it'd be safe to have them all under one hub name, handle, where you can still find each individual, I guess, IP at this point. But that was definitely one of the biggest changes I made this year. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't regret it. If anything, that has been what kickstarted me to really allow myself to try more things. Because while, according to these stats in my YouTube Studio analytics, and just according to the content dashboard, I made, not counting an unlisted video that was for something else, 21 videos for this channel. 21 for, well, for this channel this year. I definitely have more than 21 videos. A lot of them are privated because they were before I rebranded it to Return to Writing. But this year I made 21 videos. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect to be where I was at this point as far as even sub count goes, because if I remember correctly, I started this year out, I think, in the double digits. If I remember, I think it was like in the like the 80s or 90s to start the year out. Maybe just like the low hundreds. And then suddenly there was like a boom in the summer, and I am, according to this, as of recording this video, at 265 subs. So hello everyone. Hi guys. I'm counting you as my cohorts. I'm calling you Chrissy's cohorts. Hi. Which, by the way, is also the name of my patron supporters. If you would also like to become basically just in general, a supporter of me as a cohort, you are one of Chrissy's cohorts. If you support me, whether it be on Patreon, Ko-fi, just sub to the channel, welcome my fellow cohorts. But my Patreon is also linked below. Same with my Ko-fi and every other way to support me, be it my shops, my hub site, all of the things. But as far as the sub count goes, I was not expecting to get as many as many subs as I was. Granted, I'm pretty sure it probably all came from either the Starry writing video I made a few years ago or the Ban video I made a few years ago, so they're not even from current videos. But I appreciate you all choosing to continue, or at least hopefully continue watching my content from those videos. So, hello and thank you. You are greatly appreciated. But according to further down the list, I was about to say according to the list. I feel like at this point, if I say according to the list multiple times, start keeping track in the comments. Just like make a tally of how many times I say it. But one of the things I did in making this lovely, lovely list was I wanted to see not just how my channel has been this year, but also I wanted to see what I need to work on as a creator, because I do want to grow this channel more. I do want to explore more with this channel. So I started looking at some of the stats, like actually paying attention to the analytics. Shocker, I know a creator looking at their analytics, but I did notice my average daily views kind of tanking, which, well, I mean, granted, at this time of year, the view count always kind of dips because there's so much going on with the holidays and everything. You got people dealing with finals, and I mean, finals definitely tracks for mine because, I mean, to be fair, the average age range for my viewers is, let's see, 18 to 44. So you do have a lot of college students in there, so you guys are busy. I understand that. But I did notice as the year went on, it started for a good chunk of the year. It would go back and forth between like somewhere occasionally in the hundreds to ranging in the 40s as the daily view count. I'm trying to think of the best way to say this. It gave me a bit more confidence in taking my time making content. I hate to say that, but it did at least make me feel like, okay, I can kind of ease into making content because I do have that average flow of like 40 something views on the daily. So I know it's not dipping into single digits. So it gave me time to be like, okay, if I want to make this video, I can, but I don't need to do it right now while I worked on other things. But I have noticed it's recently dipped more into the teens at the 20s. So I'm trying to prevent it from going lower than the teens. But I mean, it's not bad. It's still allowing me to work on making more stuff for you, making more stuff to hopefully pick the channel back up. Not necessarily save it, because I don't necessarily think it needs saving, because I'm still working out what I want to do as a creator on this channel and trying to figure out what makes me happy as far as making content goes, because, again, I like long, rambly content. I know not everyone does, but I know I enjoy content that can be put on in the background while I do other things. You guys probably like that too. So, if anything, it's win-win for me to be able to make the content I enjoy making while giving you something to put on. But all in all, I feel like this year's been a lot of experimenting. It's been a lot of soul searching in a sense, and it's been a lot about sort of refinding myself as a creator and trying to find that spark to make content, because I wouldn't say knowing that average view count did this. I feel like I did this more than that number did. Because I have found that once I get out of the habit of making a video, or making videos, the urge to even just set up the camera and the microphone, it feels more like a chore, even when it's just two little things. And then I don't want to make content, so that I think about something I want to do, but that I don't have the motivation to make it. But also, hydration break, because hydration is key, and I want to be able to keep talking. So yeah, take that as a chance to also hydrate yourself. Back to what I was saying. I do feel like this has been a year of just really trying to figure out the creator I want to be, because I am definitely not an in-your-face, like, B-roll Subway Surfers dangling something shiny in front of your face the whole time, being like, yeah, no, hey guys, pay attention, keep watching right here, keep watching the video. We're locking eyes. I don't want to be that kind of creator. I am definitely more of the just, if I can set up the camera, set up the mic, maybe occasionally overlay some things, I'm good. I'm that kind of creator. I don't script. Occasionally I outline, but I prefer to ramble. But even when I made my video about quote unquote building my farm, which was a very metaphorical thing, that was very much me sort of resetting myself, not the channel. Because while I did, in a sense, reset the channel, because that was around when I went from Return to Writing to Chrissy Tina T, I was very much figuring out what I wanted to do and how to really hone in on what I enjoy making instead of trying to think of what do people like that I can make. Because again, videos like the Bam Bam videos were popping off this year. The occasionally some of my FNAF theory stuff, even though my theory videos weren't theory videos, they were just me rambling about things that I've thought about that no one's really talked about. But those videos were popping off. And then a lot of the videos that I enjoyed making, like the video about clowns and horror and trying to figure out, well, did it really start with Stephen King, or has there always been sort of this like otherworldly irrational fear of clowns prior to it? Like that video I enjoyed, but maybe other people didn't. But I enjoy like those kind of like dissections, those kind of just like rambly thought vomit in a sense. Not necessarily word vomit, but thought vomit. Like I can just get the ideas out there, be like, okay, this is what I have been able to find. These are my thoughts. Let's talk about it. Like it's not necessarily like a full like theory video. It's more of just, okay, here's like a topic I want to talk about, like say analog horror, because that one did well. At least if I remember correctly, it did well. And then here are my thoughts on it. Like I will briefly introduce you to it, but then talk about my thoughts on the subject. Like I enjoy those videos, but not everyone enjoys that. But I do want to make content that I enjoy making and not just content you guys enjoy. Even though I do want you guys to enjoy my content. That's not saying I don't want to make videos you guys don't like. But hopefully you understand what I mean. So, quick hydration break. Guess the throat is dry. Outside of this, I don't talk to many people. I know it's sad, but an unfortunate reality. As we are closing off 2024, I do have plans for 2025, which is some ideas at the bottom of the page. Here we go. Yep, it's like this half for how I can possibly focus more on the channel next year. If this year was the soul search, next year is the actual building the foundations, really actually building the farm. Whereas the title of that one video was building the farm, this is actually going to be putting it together. Not just planting the seeds, like actually building the foundations for the physical barn. Well, the metaphorical physical barn. Hopefully you guys understand that. But starting with the Channel of Many Names, we are bringing back Return to Writing as a title and renaming the Write With Me series. So Write With Me will now be Return to Writing. And it's going to be less of a vlog series. I mean, granted, I will still be taking you guys along with me while making my books, but because I forget to vlog, I don't really have a vlog camera. And I mean, I have an iPhone 8. There's not much storage on there. Like, that's my actual, like, phone. So I don't exactly go around just recording myself, be like, hey, this is what I'm doing today. Because I'm not like that. It's not a habit I have. It's not something I'm used to doing. So hopefully making it return to writing and just focusing on, okay, what goes into these books I'm working on will make me continue that more. I also want to do more just general rambles. So while instead of just focusing on, say, writing or art, I can make videos like the last one I made, where I started the title idea for this, Chrissy Tina Talks, where I, like the one where I made the whole discussion of AI and digital art. Like more videos like that, where it's not necessarily directly about what I'm focusing on and what I'm working on, but still about something I want to talk about. mean, obviously, I want to make more videos about like different genres, subgenres, different things like the clowns and horror thing, analog horror, all of that. I enjoyed making those videos. I enjoyed talking about that stuff, so I want to make more content like that. And I also want to make a video series called Chrissy Tina Teaches. We are fully taking advantage of the last initial in the username. Getting the money's worth out of it. And I want to sort of do teaching videos of things I've learned as, say, an indie author, just doing it all myself because I am very much a one-woman show. I have learned how to format my books. I've learned to, I format, I edit. I don't just write the books. I format, edit, make the cover art myself, illustrate. I pretty much do everything on my own. So I want to share some of the things I've learned with you guys, and hopefully we can learn together. But also on a similar vein, I also want to make a series called Learn with Me, where I can do things like explore animation more, which is something I've been really working on because I just recently installed OpenTunes on my laptop and have been messing around with it, and I want to take you guys along with me on that journey and just be like, okay, this is what I'm learning right now. I want you guys to come along for the ride. And if you remember the beginning of the video where I was talking to you guys about like the just general interaction, because I need to do more YouTuber stuff, I want to give you guys more of an incentive. Like, sort of like when I said I will give you guys a cookie if you make it to the end of the video, I want to start doing more things like that. So instead of just, again, like dangling things in front of you guys being like, look at the necklace, look at this, look at Subway Surface, look at this thing that it's also on screen at the same time as I am. I want to give you things to look for throughout the video. Like maybe I'll hide things and be like, at the end of the video, in the comments, tell me how many of this thing you were able to find throughout the video. Stuff like that. Or I'll give you something to, like, say in the comments and discuss. Because I do want to create more of, like, an actual community. I don't want it to just be a fan base. I don't, I hate to say I don't like the idea of having fans. I like the idea of more of a community, more of someplace we can just talk and understand and discuss. I want to create more of that. So I want to start doing more of that in 2025. And then as far as just like uploading goes, I want to start aiming more for 1 to 2 videos a month, one the least, two the most. I don't think I'm going to have a schedule. I don't think I'm still going to have a schedule because I'm still working this out, but I do want to at least have 1 video a month and at most 2, maybe 3 if I'm really, really determined. And I want to try getting back into streaming. So I want to do maybe I'm still toying with the idea, so it's not a definite on whether it's going to be 1 a month. But it might be either 1 a month or like 1 every other month. I don't know. I've given my goal to at least give streaming a chance once this coming year. But I was thinking, and you guys can talk about it in the comments, I was thinking either doing like a read with me kind of thing where it's sort of like silent reading and I have like lo-fi music in the background and stuff like that. And I'll have like a timer for how long we'll be reading and then another timer for how long we could just take a break and discuss and stuff like that. Then I was also thinking maybe like a book club where we can have like a certain number of chapters to read and then discuss certain things about each chapter. But then another one I was thinking was sort of write with me, like those kind of like sort of like the writing sprint streams you see a lot of authors doing, but minus the keeping track of word count because I don't keep track of word count. If anything, I keep more track of page count when it comes to my chapters, and I'm not talking about like individual just like pages in the Word doc. I mean like what would technically be physical pages. Like my navigation pane in Word is literally just down to 2 pages at a time. So it's like front and a back, front and a back, front and a back, front and a back. And then I count all of those. So for me, my personal page count goal at most is 10 or 11 pages. But that's literally the only counting I do when it comes to my writing. Because I can't force myself to be like, oh yeah, my word goal for the day is this. It's like I am a mood writer. Keeping track of word count does not work for me. I don't have a set word goal for a book because I feel like for me it's more of a focus on how do I tell the story, and on telling that story, and less on how do I tell the story within this word count. It feels like too much. It's like I know I'm not going to be writing like George R.R. Martin length books, so I'm not worried about focusing on that as an issue. But what do you guys think about that? Like, do you guys have any ideas for different types of streams I could do? Because I mean, I could do art related streams, but even then, I feel like I don't have much to talk about. So yeah, that is my plan for 2025 as far as this channel goes. It's going to be very much about building new foundations for the channel while at the same time just motivating myself to make more content and finding things that make me happy. Again, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and thank you all to everyone who has subscribed throughout the year. You guys are amazing. You truly are my cohorts. You are like pals. You are like buddies. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. Love you guys. And link I'm still you would think by now I would be used to the whole YouTube thing. Links to all the ways to support me are in the description below. You've got my shops, my Patreon, my Ko-fi. Or Ko-fi? I think it's Ko-fi. I'm gonna say Ko-fi. I keep saying Ko-fi. I've heard other people say Ko-fi. But links to all that are in the description below. Also, as I promised in the beginning of the video, if you made it this far, your virtual cookie, I will give you that. I am a creator of my word. Hope you guys have wonderful, wonderful holidays. Happy New Year. And I will see you guys in 2025. Yeah. Bye.